We're in Malmö, Sweden. This is Victor.
Hello.
He's Swedish. And we're here for
My Friend Pedro, Blood Bullets Bananas.
How did the whole love affair with games begin?
I guess, I was always playing games ever since I was maybe like 3 years old. One of the first PC games was Doom 2. And then my parents' only restriction was just don't use the chainsaw.
Really?
Yeah, that was all good.
Oh, that's cool. So you can kill everything, just don't use the chainsaw.
The demons, aren't they?
Yeah. When did you get a first computer?
We always had some sort of computer around, and I think around 7 years old is when I started got introduced to a program called Click and Play, which is great. It's basically a game making kit where you don't have to program.
What would you say was your first proper game?
A game called Cowboy. I learned a lot just from that little project. I was, probably 9 years old or something.
9 years old, wow.
But and it's funny, I even tried to distribute that game in the local game store we had in our town. I went down with some diskettes and it's like, hey,
really?
do you want to sell this here?
Little floppy disks with hand-drawn labels?
I think you just written Cowboy on it, really.
How did that work?
I don't think you didn't take it.
You had a big year in 2006. I'm seeing a list of 5 games here that you cranked out.
I think that's when I, just learned to actually make games in Flash. I managed to get a few sort of sponsorships, a few Flash websites online that pay you some cash to put their logo in when the game starts. So then I started to be able to make very small amounts of money, but I was like, okay, maybe I can make a living of this.
What were big games for you when you were going through this richly productive teenage phase?
So I think it's probably a lot of Half-Life modifications.
Okay.
One that left an impression, or a mod for Half-Life 1 that was called The Specialist, and it's basically sort of Matrix inspired. It was an online versus, but you could slow down time and you jump off walls and 2 guns. Self-defense.
Why?
It's the world is a dangerous place.
You don't need these in Malmö though.
You'd be surprised actually.
Really?
Yeah.
But it's when they do that thing where that was it.
There you go. Game developers.
That was really,
in the physical
really bad.
realm. Yeah. There you go.
Don't do that again. So this feels like the action corner.
Yeah. So this is DeadToast Entertainment.
This is business.
This is business. This is where we get serious.
Glory corner.
Yeah. Wall of fame.
Wall of almost fame.
Yeah.
So what were you doing that eventually led you to actually start working in games? How did that happen?
Yeah, so one game that I got sort of fixated on was a game called Ragdoll Kung Fu, which was being developed by mainly one guy called Mark Healy, who went on to found Media Molecule later. So while I was sort of helping him beta test the game and I made some characters for the game and things like that, then when they founded Media Molecule, I went over there for I think a couple of weeks, did some work experience, and then basically after that they offered me a job.
So you went straight from not working anywhere or doing anything to Media Molecule making games for Sony?
Yeah, I joined Media Molecule just before Little Big Plans was announced, so sort of humble beginnings of office above a bathroom store, and then Little Big Plans was announced and then things took off.
This is
all Media Molecule things.
Was it cool being so young and working on such an important game that everyone was going crazy about?
It was, I guess so.
Well, this is nice. This is like having gold discs. What a way to begin on a game like that. It's crazy. When My Friend Pedro was born, originally, I think it's been quite a long iterative process. Why did it first begin?
So this before Media Molecule, again sort of in college or secondary school. It was sort of my final project. There was the Flash game of My Friend Pedro.
So it was a school project?
Yeah, kind of, yeah. The initial version of My Friend Pedro was called Blacklist. I started making the Flash game way back then, I guess when I was around 19 or something. Then joined Media Molecule before finishing the game. Then I made a game called Nunchuck Charlie, a love story. After releasing that, I decided to finish up My Friend Pedro, basically. I just wanted to finish off that game as quickly as possible, the Flash game, because it's just been in the back of my head for years. So yeah, I needed a new name. I needed some sort of solution for tutorials. I wanted some sort of helper that could just appear and give you the tutorials basically and crack some jokes or whatever. So first I was drawing a little gnome on a piece of paper and I thought, maybe it's a gnome. But then on the same paper I'd drawn a banana and I thought, bananas are easier to animate, so you know, why not? And then at the same time, my girlfriend Ellie was just talking about, you know, her day, and then like at the moment I was like, I just need a name for this game. And then she was saying, oh yeah, so my friend Pedro, he did this and that and that. And then I thought, like, wouldn't it be funny if we just called it My Friend Pedro, and, you know, Pedro is the banana. And I thought, yeah, I don't know, that'll do.
How would you describe My Friend Pedro at its beating heart?
First seed was the whole thing of puppeteering and like making the player feel like they're doing the cool thing, rather than playing a cool animation.
Well, where did the idea of doing a ballet of violence come from?
It started with the whole idea of like when you're in slow motion and you jump, you can do this sort of like flip.
Yeah.
And then it's sort of like if I change direction in the air, I can start rotating to another. So you can see that in the Flash game. That was like the hook of the whole thing.
Right.
But then I needed a dodge maneuver, and then I added the pirouette basically, because then I thought once you rotate in this direction, you can combine that with rotating in the other direction, and then it's sort of gives a cool feeling.
When you built the levels, were you basically trying to create the ideal environment for the kind of gameplay that you were?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, a lot of times the process is, you know, think of a scenario like, oh, wouldn't this be cool? Like a movement, maybe, a combination of moves.
So when did DeadToast come into existence?
When I started making all those Flash games, I felt like I needed some sort of brand to release the games under. This was a while ago. My English skills wasn't quite honed, and I think what I meant was like dead meat. You know the expression, "Oh, you're dead meat."
Oh, like your toast.
Yeah.
So you mixed up dead meat and toast.
It up a bit, I think, and then DeadToast Entertainment.
Where are you taking us?
I'm taking you to my favorite indie sweet shop.
Indie sweet shops for indie game devs.
Sweet and cool.
Sweet and cool.
All right.
Sweet and cool. This is Victor's favourite salt-covered licorice sweet. Absolutely, without question, my favourite Swedish sweet. Plop. Plop! Found Pedro's candy love child. So this is the great tasting session. What do you recommend to start?
What we got? You got...
Come on, feed me.
I'm starting with this.
A little bit of salt.
A little bit, it's like, you know, accidental salt.
Surprisingly delicious. Super salty coming in. I'm going to put the salty bit on my tongue as well. Is that the way you do it? Oh my God. Did you do the entirety of My Friend Pedro on your own?
Everything apart from the music.
Everything apart from the music?
Yeah.
How?
Well, it took 4.5 years to do this.
I mean, that's still working entirely on your own. You were graphics, sound design, animation, character design, story,
programming,
community management, asset production,
company business
company
stuff.
Management.
Paying tax takes a lot of time.
Tax. So there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Multi-talented. Where did the music come from?
There would be a bunch of musicians who contacted me and just said, "Oh, could I make music for a game?" And I was like, "Oh, I mean, sure.
Can't pay you, but
yeah, it's like if it ends up in the game, I'll definitely like pay, but feel free to make tracks and send them my way."
What is this place?
This is I don't actually know what it's called, but it's a place you can get falafel, which is the thing you will eat if you're in Malmö.
See, I did not know this. Apparently falafel is a big thing in Malmö.
It's cheap and delicious, and that's how you make something popular.
How was your falafel, Victor?
It was glorious.
What's left?
Just a little falafel butt.
Falafel butt.
Falafel butt.
Who was it from Devolver who contacted you?
It was Nigel.
Of course it was Nigel.
Yeah, he was, it was great.
He went, "Hey man, this shit is hot. Let's talk."
I think the first point of contact was just like a comment on the YouTube video. It was like, "What?" Like.
Oh, from the Devolver account?
Yeah.
And you were like, "Ooh, hello."
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, well."
Simon, our beloved camera person, he told me that he first saw My Friend Pedro, he saw a GIF on 9gag.
Right, yeah.
But you put a GIF creator in the game as well. Is that right?
Yeah.
I love this idea of once My Friend Pedro is out in the world, suddenly Twitter will be showered with all these amazing GIFs of ridiculous moves that people have pulled off. I think it's lovely.
Yeah, not only me can spam the internet then, and everyone else can do it as well.
Yeah, and then they can't blame you for it.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. It ties into giving motivation to do cooler things as well, because that's when the game shines.
This place, Malmo, is just alive with game developers.
Yeah, it's amazing. One of the things that kept me going solo for this long is just the amazing game development community that's around here. And there's so many events that happen, like talks and just interesting things. They know the pains.
It's like a support group then.
Yeah.
Game Habitat Dev Hub. And to tell us more about it, this is Ellie. Hi Ellie.
Hi.
Take us in, tell us what's happening.
Come in.
So this place is so important, you named it twice.
Yes, we did.
Game Habitat Dev Hub.
Yes, exactly. So you know for sure where you are.
Yeah.
So Game Habitat is the organization that runs the space, and then Dev Hub is this building. So
Okay.
it's one of the projects of Game Habitat, which is this co-working space for game developers in Malmo.
There is more to you two than you, Ellie, just running Victor's social club, isn't there? Isn't there?
A little bit more. A little bit more than that.
It's a lot more.
Yeah.
A lot
A
more.
lot more.
Okay, so these two are together. And the reason that Pedro is called Pedro...
Yeah.
It's because I'm called Pedro.
Yeah, all right, good one, good one. So this is very festive Malmo
Yeah.
that we've come to.
It's a lively time of the year.
And the festival is continuing.
With the annual Rounders or Brännboll tournament between the game developers in southern Sweden.
So this is where game devs get competitive. This is the real action. And that is how you play
Brännboll.
Brännboll.
Brännboll. Brännboll. I don't know.
So when this game comes out, I mean, are you ready to let go of Pedro?
I think so. I don't know. It's weird. Once it's out there, then that's the game, right?
Well, what happens when the internet starts shrieking for DLC?
Oh, yeah. I think I need a little bit of holiday first.
Hi.
Hey,
Is that a banana in your pocket, or are you just pleased to see me?
that's a banana.
Okay.